G'day folks, I am an absolute tragic. I just cannot help myself. A fishing tragic. I got called into work today and I worked until 4 o'clock and I thought, stuff it, I'm going to go fishing after work. So I've come fishing. It's now 20 to 5. I've got about an hour and a half of daylight left. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. I was going to just chill out, but no, I wanted to come out. Especially after catching that blackfish here the other night. That's actually got me quite excited. I'd like to catch another one. I'd like to see whether there's more here or not. So I'm hoping today to be able to stay that little bit longer and see if I can score another blackfish out of this creek. Right, now both rods are in, and as is normally the case, I've got a paternoster rig on each rod with a bunch of worms, just targeting anything that's happy to bite. And in this creek I've caught a number of different species: redfin, carp, Murray cod, and just recently a small blackfish. Now, I apologise if it's getting a little bit repetitive, me fishing at this creek so much lately. It's due to the COVID lockdowns. I've got a number of spots close to Wangaratta that I can fish, and this is fishing quite well. Once the stage 3 restrictions are eased, I'll be going straight up into the hills to get some trout fishing done. I am just busting like so many others to go trout fishing, but I won't be going until we're allowed to go. And I'll be going to Lake Nillacuti chasing yellowbelly. I'll go back over to Lake Moodamere. I love it over at Lake Moodamere chasing carp. I'll be going to all my regular spots, plus lots of other new spots. But until I'm allowed to travel around and do that again, I'm happy to stay local and sit in these wonderful little happy places because I just love it here. I just had my first nibble for the night, and it was on this rod. I wouldn't mind betting that if these nibbles, the last couple of times I've been here, I've got a lot of nibbles on this rod, and I wouldn't mind betting that if they're blackfish, my hook might be just too big. Right, yeah, I've just made a subtle change. I've been getting a few nibbles on this long rod on the right here, and the last couple of times I've been out here, I've been getting a lot of nibbles on there that I haven't been able to hook up. So I've gone down to a lighter sinker, about half the weight of the other sinker, and I've gone to a hook about half the size of the other hook, because I caught that blackfish here the other night, and with blackfish, quite often where there's one, there's more. So if that's little blackfish picking at the worms, I've got more chance of catching it with a smaller hook. And even if it was small redfin, the smaller hook will help in that way as well. The issue with the smaller hook, though, if I hook a big fish like a big carp, it's more likely to get off, because small hooks can often result in lost fish if the fish are a bit bigger. Right, I just had a nibble on the worm rod. Something's playing with it now. Something's just playing with it. Take it. Got him. It's very small. These are a little redfin, I think. No, it's another blackfish. Look at that, exactly what I was hoping to catch. And exactly the reason why I downsized my hook. Now I'm going to get my phone so that I can get a daylight photo. That is the exact reason why I downsized my hook. Because I was getting lots of nibbles here the other day that weren't hooking up, and I thought, maybe if I downsize my hook, I might be able to catch another blackfish. I reckon there might be a few of them here, more than I realised. Right now, this is a greasy, a blackfish. We sometimes call them greasies. They're a little native fish. They're a similar colour to Murray cod. They're always green with mottled markings, but they're very long and slender, and they've got this really long tail along the back. Now I'll put this fella back. Now I'm only putting one worm on the hook, and what I do, I just put him on 1, 2, 3, 4 times, then I leave his tail just hanging off the end there. And I'm still using the Jan Juck fishing worms that were sent to me to my mail time segment a few weeks ago. I haven't run out yet. So one worm on that tiny little hook, and then I'm fishing nice and close to the bank. Just like that, and right up close to the bank. Because that's where the blackfish will often sit, right up close to in that night time. They will go out in the open. You can go to a lot of trout streams and shine a spotlight or a high powered light into the water, and you will see blackfish in amongst the rocks out in the open. But during the day they're nowhere to be seen, because they are hiding underneath the banks, under the edges, under the big rocks in the trout streams and any logs that might be there. Masters of disguise. You may remember last week when I was here, there was a whole lot of cows over there eating grass. I don't know where they've gone tonight, no idea. But somebody told me during the week that cows have got 4 stomachs. 4 stomachs. I don't know, it sounds like a load of tripe if you ask me. Oh, big bite, big bite. Got him. I just put a light on here because it was starting to get dark. Because I wanted to fish here after dark. That's when blackfish are most active, and I've got another blackfish. Would you look at that? I come out here deliberately targeting blackfish this time. I just put this my deeper power lantern on, and look at that. So that light might not make that work. There you go, folks. That's another blackfish, a very, very, very fat blackfish. Maybe if I light it up like that, that might be better. Wow, what a healthy little blackfish. Mate, you are a ripper. I'm not sure how well the GoPro's going with this light, but that's the blackfish. Right, I'll unhook you and I'll get you back in the drink, buddy. I'm not going to stay here late tonight. I just thought I'd just give it an extra 10-15 minutes for normal. There you go, mate. Lovely blackfish, nice and fat and healthy. See you later, buddy. You beauty. I'll put another worm on and I'll put it back in. I'll stay for another quarter of an hour or so and just see what happens. I just wanted to stay a bit later tonight than what I have been, just to see whether I could pick up a couple of blackfish, and it's exactly what's happened. It's panned out perfectly. Tell you what, folks, if you want to buy yourself one awesome bit of kit, it is this, the Deeper Power Lantern. Absolutely awesome. I'll put a link to it in my in the video description below. I actually reviewed this Deeper Power Lantern once. I made a full video on the Power Lantern. It's a great video. It's a great light, and I've done a full review. It's just something that I highly recommend because it's an awesome bit of gear. And as with any Deeper product, you can use my discount code Robbie10 and save 10% if you buy it online. Just getting a nibble here. Here we go. Got him. Oh, I've got something big. I think I've got a... Oh, he got off. Bugger. I was going to say, I think I've got a carp. He started pulling drag the moment I picked my line up. Wow. I was only just sitting here thinking, where have all the carp and redfin gone? I haven't had a single bite from a redfin, or haven't seen a single redfin or carp all night. But I reckon that was a carp. If it wasn't a carp, it was the biggest bloody blackfish this side of the Great Dividing Range, I can tell you. Whatever it was a pretty heavy fish. Now that big fish I just lost, I bet I know why I lost that. I bet it's because of the small hook. Remember when I put that small hook on, I said the greatest downside to using a small hook is that it's hard to keep the fish on once you hook them. Well, I just hooked a big fish on that tiny hook, and I bet you that's why that got off. Just about to pack up and I started getting a bite on this rod. I was just about to pack up and go home. Got him. Uh-oh, this is big. This is big. This is... Hear the splashing? This is a big carp. Nothing surer. I was just about to pack up and go home. Well, it doesn't feel like a record-breaking carp, but it feels like a good, decent... Oh, what's it here? Snag. I know that it is right there on the edge. Let's have a look. I'll put the Deeper Power Lantern into torch mode. And there it is, all muddy. It's a mirror carp. It's a bloody mirror carp. Can you believe it? If you don't know what a mirror carp is, just keep watching. I'm going to go and grab the landing net. I'll come down and land it, and then I'll show you what a mirror carp is. Right, now, a couple of problems here. I need to be able to watch what I'm doing and hold the power lantern and use the net. And I've just done that. Oh, I've sort of done that. And now the problem is that my GoPro battery is going flat very soon. So I'll go and get a quick photo of this mirror carp so I can show you what he looks like before my GoPro battery goes flat. Right, folks, that's a mirror carp. See the huge big scales and not very many of them. That's what they call a mirror carp. I'm not exactly sure why it looks like that. I don't know whether it's some kind of a genetic thing or what. All I know is they call them a mirror carp. We get them from time to time and they look really weird. I've had a blast. Folks, I've been asked during the week by somebody if they could share my videos. If ever any of you would like to share my videos, please do so. You don't need to ask. You're doing me a favour by doing so. So if you want to share it, feel free. You've got my permission. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've liked this video. If you have, why not give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in my next fishing video.